Okay, so we've reached day 10 of the grid. Now, before we get into it, I just want to explain a little something that happened the day I actually made this video. Now, you remember I said I was going to be going out to a friend's going away party. There was going to be drinks, some food. And what happened was that night I actually got my phone stolen. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. I wasn't so motivated the following couple of days because I had to sort out a whole bunch of stuff, because when you lose your phone, there's actually quite a lot of valuable information on that. So you gotta get yourself down to the police station, gotta do a whole bunch of nonsense, gotta try and track your phone. To sum that up, I didn't find it, so I had to buy a new one. So I was in transition for the past 5 days, I guess, using my old iPhone, which is right here. And this is what I had to take my picture with to begin with. So I mean, that was a little bit annoying, but shit happens. And so this is what my grid is looking like at the moment. So that day I made the video was the day I made the grid. Okay, so that was the starting day. Now, it wasn't day one. Day one was the following day. And you guessed it, I lost my phone, or I got stolen, I was a bit demotivated, so I didn't do the sport. Now, I know I said that I was going to be exercising every single day, but shit happens, like I said. And so instead of doing sport, I decided to do my fast. Now, this is what I've been consistent with. The sport, the first 3 days, was non-existent. However, the steps were there. So like I said, 10,000 steps. If that's the minimum you're doing, that should be your baseline. That's my baseline. Well, then that's all right. Okay, it just depends on how hard we're going. I'm trying to go very hard, so I'm a bit disappointed with myself. In theory, I should have put an O because I didn't really reach my criterias. But you know what? I've decided to be all right with myself. I'm going to go easy with myself. I'm still going to follow the criteria I've set myself, which is the high intensity interval training, the weight training, and then the baseline, which is the steps, the water, the fruit, and the veg. That's just a no-brainer. I've got to do that. But I had a little bit of an issue, which was my phone, which got on my nerves a little bit. So sometimes, you know, if you're pissed off, and exercising is a good way to get all of that frustration out. But I just was like, you know what? I got this shit to do. But I still respected the criteria. So I fasted, I did my steps, I drank my water. The following day, I did the same. The following day, I did the same. However, the fourth day, then I started getting involved a little bit more intensely, because I thought, you know what, I still need to get back on track. I still have my objective. I want to lean down, and I'm not too much overweight. I got a few kilos here and there, maybe a bit of extra fat that I need to lose, so I got to go harder. The less fat you need to lose, the harder you need to go to make up for the difference. That's just the way it is. For example, if I'm really fat, like 20 kilos overweight, let's say, then that should go quite fast. The first 10 kilos should be easy to lose. I could lose them probably within the first 2-3 months. But then the second 10 kilos, which makes to 20 kilos in total, those last 10 kilos, they're not the easiest to lose. It will be consistent. It will start fading, however. So you're probably going to get down to maybe 2-3 kilos a month. You'll be able to shift. But then after, it's going to get harder. So you're going to have to do more extreme workouts, more extreme diets, and then you have to just decide what you're willing to do. Is it sustainable or not? How fast do you want to lose it or not? I know what I want, and I know that in 70 days I can achieve it, so it's cool. I'm good with that. 70 days is a long time. 66 days builds the habit. So what happened on the 5th day? Like I said, the 5th day, you know, let yourself go. I lost the plot. I didn't let myself go. I just lost it. I was like, you know what? I got carried away. Put it that way. There was a dinner, and I ate too much. I drank too much, and in theory, I said put the O. But then I was honest with myself, and I thought, look, I went to that dinner. I'm explaining what happened. I drank a lot of beer, which is the worst. Got tons of calories. Like I said, with the bottle of vodka and this and that, what you should do if you want to minimize your calories. I'm not too fussy here. I'm not too caught up in the calories and getting down to the leanest as possible, but I am realistic. So I ate loads, I drank loads, and I ate loads of sugar. And then when the dinner was over and I went home, then I lost the plot some more, and I spent an hour in my kitchen just opening the fridges, opening the cupboards, taking everything out, stuffing everything, and then hitting the sack. That was a little bit intense. I did take it a little bit too far, but this happens. And if that does happen, at least I'm honest with myself. I know what's up. I know that I need to rectify that, and I know that that's going to set me back a couple of days, because I honestly think I ate over 10,000 calories that day. So if you think about all the calories that I burnt off and minimized thanks to fasting and doing the steps and so on, then I probably lost, I don't know, maybe I probably cut out a few thousand calories prior to that day. Then that one night I ate like 10,000 calories. So you do the math. I'm in excess of, let's say, 6,000 calories. There's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. What's up? That's the problem. And this is where we need to be realistic, because if every weekend that happens, I'm going to be destroying my progress. I'm not going to be benefiting it. And that's really important to know, because a lot of the time, what I used to do back in the day was I used to go hard during the week, always, you know, just try and minimize my calories. I would cut out all the chocolates, all the crisps, all of the junk food. And then Friday rolled around and I would meet up with the boys and we'd go nuts, literally lose it. And then it would always end up with fast food at like 3, 4 a.m. Chicken, fried chicken, some form of greasy junk food that has loads of calories. And then Saturday would roll around and then boom, the same thing would happen. But it's a vicious cycle, because if Friday rolls around and you lose it and you go too hard with the alcohol, too hard with the junk food, then you wake up the following day like I do and you feel bad. And then how do you make yourself feel better? Something greasy. So fry up fast food again, something easy. We don't like cooking because our head's in our ass and it's hard. So that's usually the direction the day goes in. Or you got your mate who says, hair of the dog, let's go, boom, back on the sauce. So there's a whole bunch of things that are there to slow us down, and that's why it's important to just minimize those days, especially at the beginning. Because if I kept giving into it like here, and trust me, nobody's perfect, there's probably going to be many more of these X's that pop up, but at least I'll have something to look back on and to say, okay, that's what happened, that's why I went wrong, and that's why I haven't gotten the best results. But let's continue with the list. Now, this happened. Here well, let me show you quickly what I write on the thing. So I got the water, the steps, and the fasting. The fruit and veg, I eat fruit and veg every day, it goes without saying. If you don't, then maybe you want to write that down. It's important to write down what you're doing so you can see, did I do my steps today? If you want to do your steps, you can check on your pedometer, and that's just that simple. The water, you know, I got water always around me. Boom, I got a big glass here. This is about 45 centiliters. I drink loads of these a day. When I work out, I drink 2 liters. So I'm good on water. I know I drink a lot of water. And like I said, Jesus, this is shaking all over the shop. Like I said, when I drink water, it cuts my hunger. So it's a good little trick. It's a good little tip to know, because if you're hungry all the time and you're feeling peckish all the time, well, you want to kind of minimize that. And you don't want to confuse thirst with hunger, because we all do that. And eating feels good. That's why we don't mind confusing the two. But if we're trying to lose weight, we kind of want to know what's up. So we should really try the water tactic first and then see what happens. Are we still hungry? If we are, then that's a good sign to eat. Or if you're still hungry, try another glass. But if you have 2 glasses and you're still feeling peckish, then I guess that's a good sign to eat. Now, here I had a bag of Monster Munch. I like putting in the little junk foods that I eat throughout the day. If I do, then I could track back and see, okay, maybe I need to cut out the Monster Munch or the bars of chocolate or whatever. I'm not too much of a chocolate guy at the moment because it's boiling. It's really hot. So my family came back from England and they brought me back a little present, which was Monster Munch. This is my little weak spot. Monster Munch are delicious. So I had a packet of that, and it's not the end of the world. That day I also had a buffet. I didn't see that one, I forgot. But at the buffet, I kind of stuck to mostly eating sushi and raw fish and vegetables. So it wasn't too bad. I had some fried food, but I had a 20-hour fast that day. Right? So I anticipated the buffet. And that's why I also threw in a high-intensity interval training session before the buffet. Just as the fast ended, I hit the high-intensity interval training. And then I went to the buffet, and then I came home and had a bag of Monster Munch. But you see, that's a good little trick there. Like I said, when we fast, we tap into our fat reserves. That's what we want to do. We tap into those fat stores, and that's how we can kind of get rid of the fat quicker. Now, I'm anticipating all of this. That's why I'm fasting. That's why the previous night when I first started, I also lost the plot. See, the weekend comes around, it relaxes my discipline, and I fly off the rails. Been doing that more and more lately. I should kind of reassess myself, I guess. But you only live once, right? And then this was a Friday, lost my mind. Saturday, regained my marbles. What did I do on Saturday? I went hard. I did 100. Did I go for it? I did, yes. So I think I went for a run that day. I remember testing my knee out. That was a must. Didn't feel the best after that day of stuffing myself, because I always feel guilty when I wake up. That's the thing. It feels good in the moment. It literally is like the strongest drug out there, I'd say, food, especially when you're a little bit intoxicated, because you kind of manage to justify everything you eat. And in the moment, it feels so good. And you got all the right reasons as to why you should eat the food and why I do eat the food. And I just tell myself all these things like, oh, I worked out the other day, or it's probably going to feed the muscle and grow it. It's not really how it works, especially if you got like a few liters of booze in the system, which is a full-blown toxin, which is going to be damaging the repair. So I should really be taking that into account. But when I'm relaxed, I don't, which is the problem. So I need to figure that out. But yeah, so I did a run, I did some pull-ups, and I did some dips. I did 5 times 8 pull-ups. I did 5 times 10 dips with the run. Then I came back. I did 100. Okay, so this was 10 times 10 each arm. So actually it was more than 100. It was like 200. So you do 100 with the right arm, 100 with the left arm. I'm gonna quickly show you what that is like after I film a video to actually. So yeah, basically what it is snatches or squats to military press with one arm. You do that, that's going to last about 12-13 minutes of high intensity interval training. You do 10, 10, 30-second break, 10, 10, 30-second break. I did that. Now that's intense. That's some hardcore high intensity interval training. So I'm back on track. Now, I also did a 16-hour fast. It's always good to fast. If I stuff myself, the following day I'm definitely going to fast. And I'm going to try and work out before I eat so I can burn off those calories. It's a must. And what else did I do? And I had a pizza for dinner. Not that homemade pizza, so it's not really the worst. That's pretty much all I ate that day. And then the following day, I was too busy, so I only did the steps, I fasted, I drank the water. Then the day after that, I went for a run, I did 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, and I did the steps, 15,000 steps. Now today, I think I'm on 14,000 steps so far. I drank my water, I've been drinking water all day, I'm sweating, it's warm. It's a little bit uncomfortable because it's so humid, but it's good. I guess I'm sweating and I'm probably burning more calories, is what I like to tell myself. But you see, this is pretty simple. It's not rocket science. I can look back at my week and I can say, okay, before starting, it was a disaster. But then I did my grid and we got on track. Then I did everything right. Friday rolled around, kind of anticipated I'd lose my mind. It's the beginning, getting into it. I don't have to be perfect at the beginning. I just have to try and set this habit, get the wheels rolling, the motion going, so that we can start pushing ourselves along this grid, and hopefully we will see less X's and more ticks. But I keep a little note in each box to tell me what I'm doing bad, and what I can rectify. So we got data, we're gathering data. 10 days of data. It's not difficult. Now, I guess I should put some more O's. I should show you how the O's work. So, like I said, if I don't meet the criteria, if I don't do the 10,000 steps, if I don't drink the water, and if I don't do the if I don't eat the fruits and vegetables, that should be a no, because that's the minimum. Now that is if I'm somebody who just wants to go along gently, manage their weight gently, and at the end of the 70 days, maybe lose 7 kilos, I'd say. That's not bad. Every 10 days, you lose a kilo. That's consistent, solid. Depends how overweight you are. But that's not bad. Myself, my criteria was to do high intensity interval training 3 times a week, weight training 3 times a week, running one time per week. Yes, that was it. That's a little bit, it's not optimistic because I will do that, but that's the goal. I got the baseline, so I didn't put the O. But in theory, because my criteria is to put those in, the HIIT sessions, the weight training, and the running, if I don't do one of those, I should put an O. And if it's 2 days in a row, it should be an X. So that tells me, look, you didn't really go hard like you said you would, so that's why you didn't reach your goal. So you'll see before and after these 2 pictures right now of when I started and where I am now. The change isn't that mental because I haven't got too much to lose. And there's a little bit of bloating that needs to go down, but it's not too bad. It's consistent. I'm not going in the wrong direction, so I'm going in the right direction. As long as we're going in the right direction, no matter the speed, it's a good thing, because then that habit will build itself. And that's it. That's the update. Where are you on your grid? If you're struggling, if you don't know how to do the grid, don't worry. The video is going to come. I didn't have a camera to do it, so that's why it hasn't been uploaded, so it's going to be uploaded this week. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. If there's something you'd like to know, leave a question down below. And if you're excited to get involved, just let us know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. And if this video is helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video.